Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to read a story from your Radiant Reader book, chapter number 10, The Story of Arjuna 1. This story is divided into two parts, and today we are going to read the first part. Long ago, there lived in India a little prince called Arjuna. When his father died, he and his brothers went to live with their grandfather Bhishma and their cousins. Bhishma was a very good and wise man and was very kind to the children. Sometimes the boys were very naughty and troublesome and could not be easily controlled. The grandfather would say to himself, "I wish I could find a wise teacher for these children. I like to have someone who will help me to bring them up as good princes and teach them the right values of life." So, dear children, this is the story of Arjuna and his brothers who went to live with their grandfather Bhishma after the death of his father. One day, the boys went to a forest nearby to play. They had great fun throwing the ball high up in the air and trying to catch it as it came down. Suddenly, because of a bad throw by one of them, the ball fell into a deep well. "Now, what shall we do?" some of the boys asked helplessly. "The ball is lost and we have no other ball to play with." Little Arjuna, who was looking round, suddenly cried, "There is a Brahmin sitting near that tree over there. Perhaps he may be able to help us." The holy man smiled when the boys ran up to him with their problem. "What poor aim you must be having to send a ball down such a big well," he remarked. "But don't worry, I shall help you if you promise to give me your dinner." "Give you a dinner?" cried the prince. "You will have much more than that. You must come home with us, and a grandfather, the great Bhishma, will reward you handsomely." "Very well," said the holy man. "Now watch what I do." First, he took off his ring and threw it into the well. Then he plucked a blade of coarse grass Taking aim, he sent it flying swift, straight as an arrow, into the well. All the boys ran to peer inside the well. They saw that the point of a blade of grass had pierced the ball. Then he plucked another blade and, taking aim as before, sent this one flying in the same way into the well. The children saw with surprise that the second blade had pierced the top of the first one. Again and again, the holy man threw a blade of grass, and every time it pierced the blade below it, so that they all stood one on top of the other, forming a long chain. He then asked little Arjun to pull up the chain. The boy did so quickly, and there at the bottom of the chain was the ball they had lost. So, children, we have read how wisely this Brahmin had bring the ball out of the well by just using a blade of coarse grass. Now I shall get my ring, said the old man. Pulling another blade of grass, he sent it flying into the well as before. Within a short time, up it came with the ring encircling it. The princes were very much impressed with what they had seen. "What is your name, sir?" they asked him respectfully. "My name is Drona," said the holy man. "Go now and tell your grandfather that I am here." How quickly the little prince ran home to the palace to spread the news about the wonderful things they had seen in the forest. "This Brahmin must be the wise man I have been waiting for," said Bhishma to himself. "I have heard many stories about him and his wisdom. He will come to live in my household and teach the boys many useful things. Above all, they must learn to aim well and shoot straight as princes should do."